Welcome to Phil Lucas Vlogs, and I'm Phil Lucas. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the 5 things that I wish I knew when I started running. Now, these aren't in any particular order, and you may actually rank them in a different order of importance as me. Tip number 1. Tip number 1 is related to actually getting out the door. Now, for some people, getting out the door and running outside is a really big step and shouldn't be underestimated. But the one bit of advice I would give you is to make it as easy and simple for you to get out the door as possible. Now, what that means is possibly laying out your running kit, getting your running shoes and putting them in a very visible, easy to find place so that you don't have any excuses at all before you get out and run. Now, it may also help to know that actually only 5% of the UK population actually run once a week. So you're already in the minority, and you are already doing something that's really, really good for your physical and possibly your mental health. Running is hard, particularly when you are first starting. So don't worry about any kind of niggles, aches and pains that you start to experience maybe after a run or the day after a run, because that kind of thing and any stiffness is absolutely normal and to be expected. Now, the good news is, over time, that stiffness, soreness after a run will actually reduce, and you will get to a point where you no longer experience that. Running itself will also get easier the more you do it. Now, it is going to be particularly hard. You're going to struggle to breathe, you're going to sweat, you're probably going to look a bit of a mess. But don't worry about that. That's absolutely normal at this stage and to be expected. It will get easier, and you will actually really enjoy the running process after a bit of time and patience. Tip number 2. We all have an idea of what a runner should look like, and you probably don't think that you look like a runner. Now, I know that I certainly think that I don't look like a runner, but actually as soon as you set that foot out of the door, whether you're walking or you're running or a combination of both, you are a runner. So start to believe in yourself. When you go out running, you may actually think that lots of people are looking at you and paying you more attention than they might do normally because you're looking like a rather big sweaty mess. Now, that is absolutely normal to think that, and again, that will disappear over time, and you will get to the point where actually you really don't care what people think, and actually why should you? Now, the truth is, no one really cares what you look like apart from you, and you will eventually, in your own mind, get over that. But at the same time, it is important to note that that can be a barrier for some people, but don't worry about it. It will pass. Tip number 3. Now, when you go out running, you will be trying to run too fast. I can guarantee it, you just will. Now, most people, when they go out running, actually spend the majority of their running time within an easy heart rate zone. And that means that you're running at a pace where you can still hold a conversation. If you were trying to run too fast and you feel that you can't hold a conversation because you're breathing out of every hole that you have in your body, slow down. Walk if you have to. It really doesn't matter. The important bit is actually that you've got out the front door, you're out there, you're exercising, and as I've already said, you're doing something that actually the majority of people simply don't do. At this stage in your running journey, you really don't want to worry about running faster and increasing pace. The most important thing is getting out the door, running slowly, and actually enjoying the process. Too many people go out there, they run too fast, they find they can't breathe, and actually running becomes a bit of a chore. So my advice would be to slow things down, walk if you need to, run if you can, and some people may actually say crawl if you have to. But we'll leave crawling to a later date. Tip number 4. So at this stage in your running journey, you don't need to worry about spending a fortune on clothing, gadgets and shoes. Now, you don't need a sports watch. Many of you will have an Apple Watch, Garmin watch or something similar. that will actually measure your distance and time and everything like that. And actually, at this stage, that's all you may well need to know. Now, when you do actually start going out there and running, the method that I would advise you use is called jeffing, named after a runner called Jeff Galloway. And this is basically a run-walk strategy to cover the distance. To simplify this, what you may well want to do is use the street furniture around where you live. And what I used to do when I first started running is identify lampposts, and I would run between lampposts, then walk between the next lamppost, run between lampposts, and walk between the next, and just carry on like that. Now, if you don't have lampposts, you can use telegraph poles, post boxes, anything at all, just to help split up that run walk, because it's unlikely that when you first get out there that you're going to be able to run the distance that you intend to travel. Tip number 5. Lots of people have lots of different motivations for starting up running. Now, for some people, it may be getting fit, maybe starting a healthier lifestyle, and for other people, it may well be to try and lose weight. Now, when I first started running, it was a way of improving health, improving mental health particularly, and if I could lose a bit of weight at the same time, well, that was a bonus. When I started running, I weighed 21.5 stone. So any of you that are watching this video will probably be lighter than I was when I started. Now, through running and through diet changes, I did manage to get down to just under 14 stone. And I can tell you, I was significantly faster when I'd lost the weight compared to when I started at 21.5 stone. And I can guarantee the same will happen to you. Now, it's not easy, but it is fun, and you will get there in the end. So the important thing is to be patient and really don't compare yourself to other runners that you see out on the street and that you see on YouTube, because ultimately their goals and their progression will be completely different to you. You are an individual and you have your own individual motivations for running. Okay, that concludes my 5 things that I wish I knew when I started running. Now, if you have any questions or comments, do pop them below and I will get back to everyone. And I really do hope this video has helped to settle some questions and give you some answers if you are a beginner runner. Now, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, and do share with your friends if you think they'd find it useful as well. So, I'll see you out on the trails. Take care. Cheers.